you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.
Your boy, Loda Lefty. This is the Open Floor, and I'm back with another one. We got Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, with a record of 41 wins, 0 defeats, and 1 draw. And we know where that draw came from. It came from his epic fight with Tyson Fury. He has a 98% knockout ratio. He's going against, the fight is to be announced during the Errol Spence and Sean Porter fight week, somewhere around that time, where supposedly they're going to announce the fight. Luis Ortiz only has the 1 loss, and I believe he has like a 76% knockout ratio. This fight, if you're a Wilder fan, is going to be a scary fight. Now, a lot of people want to criticize Wilder and say, well, he hasn't fought anybody, he knocks out bums. Well, Luis Ortiz is definitely not a bum. Tyson Fury, definitely not a bum. He could have took on any other fight. He just knocked out Dominic Brazil easily, got rid of him. We all saw that coming. But he's taking on a challenge that not a lot of people want to take on. I mean, you look at potential fighters that are very much avoided, very much ducked for majority of their career. Guillermo Rigondeaux. Besides that fight he had with Lomachenko when he moved up and he quit, what have you. You know, many can argue that Guillermo was out of his league, out of his weight class. Just a whole big hoopla with that. But he's still Guillermo Rigondeaux. He's still knocking people out here at his weight class. Nobody even knows really, I don't really know truly, how old Guillermo Rigondeaux is. I know Guillermo Rigondeaux has been fighting for like ever, and he's still knocking people out just like he's making his debut or something. But back to Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is very, very similar to that type of draw. It's like he's one of the most exciting heavyweights. He's one of the most dangerous heavyweights. But not a lot of people are pushing him. His star, to me, would never really get that big unless he gets a great win like Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Partially maybe the language barrier. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of fans that are American. I think a lot of his fans are of the Cuban descent. And I don't know, it's like Wilder, I have to give him props. I have to give Wilder his credit because he almost got stopped in that first fight against Luis Ortiz. In the 7th round, I thought it was going to be over. See, when you criticize somebody, especially when you criticize somebody who's on the uprise, who's a champion, somebody whose name is constantly in lights, who has a great highlight reel, people are debating on whether who's pound for pound or who's the best, who's going to be undisputed, so on and so forth. You hear the criticism a lot about, well, they're cherry picking, or they're not getting the best fights, or they're really not that good. But you also have to look at something if you really want to watch a boxing match and analyze the true champion. One of the main things that would tell us that a person is a true champion or we're looking at something special is when you see them rise from adversity. Lomachenko, he's risen from adversity, being knocked down, being hurt in a Luke Campbell fight in a couple occasions. Coming back, making his adjustments like a true champion, and winning the fight, whether he stops the opponent or whether it goes 12 and he put his opponent down before or after he'd been stopped, or not stopped, but dropped or hurt. Same thing with Deontay Wilder when he fought Luis Ortiz the first time, and he almost got stopped in the 7th round. He came back like a true champion and got a stoppage. He didn't come back and finish the fight and didn't get knocked out and got a knockdown on Ortiz, and it was a close fight and it was controversial. He came back and he stopped one of the boogeymen of the heavyweight division. It's a lot of champions you see face adversity. Keith Thurman, even though he just lost to Pacquiao, has faced adversity in many of his fights. He finally takes a loss. He takes a loss against Manny Pacquiao. Some people are saying, you know what, he fought valiantly, respect to Keith Thurman. Then you got a lot of people out there saying, yeah, he was talking all this and talking all that. You know, he was overrated, this, that, and the third. he fought like a champion. He's a real champion. So the reason why I'm saying that is because we've already seen that in Deontay Wilder. And he's taking on a challenge that can possibly be very detrimental to his career. Luis King Kong Ortiz is a real threat. He could potentially knock Deontay Wilder out. You got somebody who's a heavyweight, who is a southpaw of the Cuban descent with a Cuban style, who can counterpunch and who can also hurt you and knock you out. Very, very big guy, knows how to use his size, and he knows how to box. And Deontay Wilder is taking his challenge with the potential of losing and affecting his future and potential fight with Andy Ruiz or Anthony Joshua, or even the Tyson Fury rematch. What am I to say about Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury. He's pretty much a giant that can move like a featherweight. I mean, he was really, really outboxing Deontay Wilder in that fight. And Deontay Wilder, that's adversity, again, came back and dropped Tyson Fury twice. Arguably, could have stopped him had the referee would have did a normal count. Now, a lot of people are going to debate that or get upset about that, but that's been said, or rumors, or whatever you want to call it, or if you find it written somewhere, look it up. The referee even wanted to give Tyson Fury a little time because of the magnitude of the fight. To me, that's crazy, because boxing rules are you get a 10 count, and that 10 count should not be altered regardless of what type of super fight is supposed to be. The boxer who earned the knockdown should get a fair shake, just like the person who's on the ground should get a fair shake. A fair shake is you get up before the count of 10, a normal 10 count. Get up before 10, check the gloves, however the routine, the ritual is. Make sure the fighter, as a referee, professionally, looks like they're still there and they can still fight. If they don't beat the 10 count, the fight is over. The other fighter wins. That fighter wins by knockout. He didn't get that. But neither did Tyson Fury get the decision, because it did go 12. So I'm okay with the draw, because I feel like it's controversy on both ends. This is going to determine, Deontay Wilder versus Luis King Kong Ortiz is going to determine exactly what we're actually looking at. We know that Deontay Wilder's power is special. We're slowly seeing the growth of Deontay Wilder, because before he actually knocked out Dominic Breazeale, he caught Dominic Breazeale he threw some body shots, which is something we hardly ever see, which is more dangerous for a lot of the other heavyweights, because now you have someone who already knows how to use their reach, knows how to box and use the right hand and calculate it and be able to land it, and also has an underrated hook that he throws. And yeah, it's real wild and he windmills it, but when he hits you with the right hand and you're already going down, doesn't matter if it's wild or not, you're gonna get caught with that hook too. Hence the Tyson Fury fight. He's done that to a couple fighters that he's fought against. He's hit him with the hook on the way down. Now he's incorporating body shots. This is somebody who weighed in, I believe, at 209 or 210 or something like that at the weigh-in prior to the Fury fight. Fury is what, 6'8"? I don't know. I have to look it up. I don't know exactly how many pounds he weighs, but I'm pretty sure he's close to 300, if not more. Moving around, jab you in the face, boxing you, frustrating you, making it hard for you to hit him, hitting you at long range with that long wingspan for rounds at a time. Deontay Wilder weathered that entire storm. Whether he was being outboxed or not, that's exactly what he did, and still gave us a thriller with the 2 knockdowns. So now Deontay Wilder, the last I've heard, maybe some months ago or what have you, is looking to bulk up and put on more weight. This is somebody who was 209, 210, who drops somebody the size of Tyson Fury. Arguably put him out. Now he's going to come in heavier. May not see the same fight that we saw in the first fight between Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. This may be a good fight or a close fight, or it may not be a close fight at all. We might see a Bermain Stavern type of fight. Now, of course, I give Luis King Kong Ortiz way more credit than I would give a Bermain Stavern, because Luis Ortiz is just not going to go down like that. But if Wilder is sharper, if he's better, if he's incorporating more into his arsenal, and he's able to land the body shots, the straight to the body, and hitting the southpaw with the lead right hand, which is the southpaw killer punch, we might see an epic knockout, and we might see something really, really, really special, just like we saw when Joshua beat Klitschko. What happens to the Luis Ortiz fans? You might be in for a treat. They might not be able to dodge or duck Luis Ortiz anymore. Just like when Spence became champion, and now his name is uprising, and he's going into a unification fight with Sean Porter. The room for ducking is now very, very small. And if he beats Deontay Wilder, especially if he knocks Deontay Wilder out, the rest of the heavyweight division are going to have to see that man at some point. Drop a comment, like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever I'm dropping videos. This is your boy Lo the Lefty, and thank you for watching The Open Floor. I'm out.
How we live it, don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians.